Most Americans boycott Sussex. Meghan and Harry's publicity stunt trip to New York City is out of control. The media often hides this as they are all for the money to beautify the image of royal fugitives Harry and Meghan Markle. Contrary to the pretty pictures released by the couple's PR department, here's the truth. Most Americans are boycotting this hypocritical couple's publicity stunt. By now, I am sure many of you have seen the PR propaganda the media is spewing out about the faux royals and their personal quest for global vaccine equity. This message is best served on a stage dressed in a simple Valentino frock donated by the designer that Meghan can now keep as her role as huckster has now been fulfilled. And who said she and Harry had no price on their heads? Talk about being the epitome of ambassadors for the royal family. Think about all this, you lovers of anything for a buck duo. Where does all the money go for merchandise that was or is worn by Meghan? The companies are in business of making money and putting items on the backs of women, and the average woman can't even afford. Does not promote a lot of the equality the two of them are so quick to proclaim. I would have at least some respect for her if she wore items from the J.Lo collection. That line was designed for the average woman or teenager. I realize that Meghan is not dressing to impress the average person. It is for all the other royals, celebrities, elitists, world leaders to show them, I have arrived. Just like the old money families who are looking down upon the new money. She is one Birka bag away from making the best new dress list from a magazine that Sunshine Sachs does the PR for. That is why people dislike her. At least Cardi B is honest about her bling for her and her children. She doesn't pretend to be some world humanitarian trying to stamp out global food insecurity, which I still call hunger. She just says, hey, my money, my purchase, and just lives her life openly without any pretenses, unlike the Montecito duo. Those of us that are tired of the hypocrisy of the elitist set preaching to us little people all over the world, you have no clue just how condescending that box of organic vegetables you brought with you is to that school in Harlem, do you? Or your secondhand onesie of Archie's that you gave to the school in South Africa? What's next? Use cloth nappies of Lilibet for the indigenous babies on the reservation? The median income in Harlem is around $52,000. If we divide that by 12, it's about $4,000. Now discount taxes, Social Security, benefits, etc. After all that, it would be roughly $3,400. Now with that in mind, Meghan Markle wore a trouser outfit designed by Laura Piana. The cost? Approximately $7,500. This is more than some of the parents of these children make in 2 months. Low income areas, and there she is, prancing around, plugging her book, and using kids for PR. Why are public schools allowing these strangers to come and hug random kids nonstop? Harry and Meghan have been exposed to airports, public places, and a plethora of people. And don't get me started on the gas-guzzling SUVs and the video that the media is not showing. Harry seems to push the kids away while being heckled. Moreover, this is a total setup for a documentary and a film they're developing for their own income. Apparently, there was not only a photographer following them, but a videographer as well. There are also some questions regarding the wire attached to his belt. Some have tried to claim that it was for security, but considering they were surrounded by men who stood within 2 feet of I can't imagine a communication device would be necessary. I'm sure this school believes that this possible film is about how hard people have it and will promote the new way of thinking regarding everything. Won't they be surprised when it turns out to be all about them and the generous donations made by Archwell and them working towards justice? How are they still able to get away with this con game they're running? It would all be a lot easier if the stupid media didn't insist on flaunting them on the front page all the time. People shouldn't buy the papers or magazines they're shown in, and only they will get the media and message. Time for people to speak with their actions. A boycott is needed. They make it look like they were representing the royal family and the British government. This needs addressing and a formal statement put out that they are now private citizens with no ties to the royal family. I would personally like to see a statement put out from the royal family and the government confirming this, and for it to be broadcast on TV in the UK and the USA. This needs to be done before they start causing some major problems. Harry is the true blood royalty, but yet he was seated on the floor with other kids, forced to listen to that woman promoting her book. This whole scenario reminds me of her 40th birthday, where she was comfortably seated in the room, whereas her husband was made to juggle balls outside. She is sending a message to the British royal family that one of their princes is under her control, and she can humiliate and belittle their prince. Speechless and angry with the ones responsible that this atrocity was permitted. Having this duo using the children of disadvantaged circumstances for their own personal benefits is beyond humanity. Why did this happen? What does it stand for? Responsible agencies of public education and child welfare? Were their parents asked their permission to submit their kids to this show of force from these two low-life human beings? This action represents one of the different ways of exploitations and also abuse. An utter disgrace on so many levels. This is a vanity project out of control. Why are they trying to create something they already had? To line their pockets based on what Harry was born? Markle's trying to recreate what is in her head for years, checking into the Carlisle, Diana's favorite hotel, wearing identical clothes to Diana, very creepy, then moves on to copy clothes that Michelle Obama wore, the aubergine number. Luckily, Michelle has marked her card already. Then we have the optical illusion of importance with the gas-guzzling SUV motorcade. If the mayor of New York paid for this and all the unnecessary manpower, he should be fired, or explain why these people are and who they represent and why this expense was needed. It wasn't. Wearing Middle East diamonds to the memorial site of 9/11? Can you be more arrogant or tone-deaf? They should have been there as a private couple, not with his titles as prince or duke, and that is why they were able to get audiences with the mayor and the governor, as well as appointments with the U.S. ambassador at the UN, and also the Attorney General of the UN. Could you have gotten a meeting with any of those people? How come all these people they had appointments with did not know that Harry and Meghan left the royal family and they are no longer working royals to deem this a royal tour? Then they went on Oprah and trashed the family. I would think by now the whole world and its mother knows about their bad behavior. Once again, it looks to me as if none of these people has done their homework or research, just like Oprah. To people who don't know anything about the royal family and how it works, this would have appeared to be representing the Queen. It sure looked to me, and I have seen the royal tours, this was just another ploy for the California couple to get attention and to look as if they are important. They are no longer working royals and they have no positions or authority anywhere except in their own compound. I would go as far as to say they were fraudulent in their attempt to look important when they used his title for their own personal gain, which they agreed they would not do when they stepped away last year. Sadly, nothing will be done. The royal family seems unable or not wanting to do anything to upset Harry and Meghan, and it's been reported that the Queen has handed over this debacle to Charles and William, and quite frankly, I don't think Charles has the backbone to do anything. Of course, their titles of Duke and Duchess should be taken away from them. As far as I understand, they would be known as Prince and Princess Harry, as they cannot strip the title of Prince from Harry. I could go on. However, the one thing that must be addressed is if this isn't a good enough reason for the Queen to put their titles into abeyance, they've abused the agreement. Who knows what bullshit they are spilling, as they aren't that intelligent. Harry hasn't been wearing a wire, and so all the A-listers, be well aware, anyone who values their privacy. They are desperate and dangerous. Time to cut them loose. This was an utter embarrassment. And you, what do you think about this duo? Please tell me in the comment section below, and everyone also discuss them together. Don't forget to like and share my video with your relatives who will love it if you think it's helpful. And don't forget to subscribe.